We got some leaks, we got some rumors, we got a little bit of everything. Let's do it.
Butterfree,
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new video today. And today we are jumping into the world of Pokemon and all sorts of crazy things. We're gonna talk about some leaks for Pokemon Unite, which is of course the MOBA game that is coming out at some point that we saw a teaser for that really kind of made the Pokemon fandom a little bit angry. And then we're gonna talk about a brand new rumor for Diamond and Pearl remakes and what the timeline may look like for Pokemon and the franchise moving forward. The rumors always take with a grain of salt, right? They're rumors. We don't know if they're real or not, but this Pokemon Unite leak, well, that's real. So we're gonna talk about both of them. Hit that like button down below if you enjoyed these videos, and let me know in the comment section below, what are your honest thoughts about Pokemon Unite? We've had a little bit of time to let it marinate now, and don't hate me, just let me know your thoughts on the comments about Pokemon Unite. If you enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe to the channel as I do post Pokemon videos every single day. Let's talk Pokemon Unite, and then we'll get to the Diamond and Pearl rumors. All right, so a handful of leaks kind of came out on Reset Era, and I'll put them in the description below for you guys as a resource. But there's a couple different gameplay leaks and screenshots. This one here actually indicates some of the different characters that are playable. Slowbro seems to be a playable character, as does Zeraora, and I anticipate there to be a lot of playable characters moving forward. One of the big question marks about Pokemon Unite was how the model to make money was going to function. It's free to start. We really don't know what that means, and I can tell you guys that I do think that this game has some potential. I've never really played any MOBA games. I know a lot of people were really upset about it. The kind of first reaction was anger and outcry on the internet, but I think a lot of that had to do with Pokemon fans expecting like a main series game and getting this, where, you know, Tencent probably paid for that promotional slot. So I am really curious as to your thoughts on Pokemon Unite. Will you at the very least try this free to start game? I'm gonna try it because I think it could be really cool. There are some other question marks about it and, you know, kind of the company behind it, but regardless of that, I think it'll be pretty interesting. So here's some interesting stuff here. We've got 5 basic roles. There's a strike role, a support role, a standard or balance role, defense, and then a speed role. The characters are divided into 3 different types of usability: beginner, medium, and then advanced. There's 2 different types of attack distances, short and long range. Then there's different stuff going on here about how Pokemon evolve, how their different move stuff goes. Again, a lot of this stuff is just very interesting, kind of how the mechanics are gonna go. But one of the things that I found the most interesting here was thoughts from the testers. Funny and leisure game, quick to start, but lack of competitiveness and easy to get bored. Now that's very interesting because this game was framed as a game that could potentially be like esports implications, as they kind of showed the trailer and then had various teams facing against each other. So if the testers are saying that it's a fun and leisure type game, easy to get into, but then it lacks the competitiveness and then it lacks long-term playability, this game's gonna just completely flop, right? Because to me, this game needs to be a game that's going to appeal to a wide audience, but it needs to appeal to a hardcore audience, otherwise it is going to flop completely. And it seems like from this point forward, just based on this post alone, the testers have some speculations about that. It talks about the different Pokemon available right now. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur are strike. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard are going to be short range, whereas the Venusaur is long range. Blastoise, long range. It talks about their different roles, right? Defense, strike. You see that there's different, you know, skill levels. Charizard is a beginner skill level. The Pikachu line is long range. Jigglypuff, short range. Machamp, of course, short range. So interesting stuff here, right? Slowbro, you've got Zeraora, which is an advanced character, Fletchinder, Talonflame, etc. And as these screenshots show, you actually evolve the characters as you go throughout the match, which I think is very interesting. Some other interesting screenshots here talking about the different moves you start with. The Pikachu in this case gets Thunder Shock and Electro Web. At level 5, you get Electro Ball and Thunder. At level 7, you get Thunderbolt. And then also some of this post kind of talks about the gameplay experience, how there's going to be bosses that spawn in kind of the middle of the map, and you kind of work with those, and you'll have to defeat those. You get more points for doing that, and how Pokemon Unite is going to work in general. But I did think these screenshots were interesting, and I am going to continue to cover Pokemon Unite in the channel because I do find it pretty interesting. And until I get my hands on it to try it and write it off myself, I am going to be relatively cautiously optimistic about the game, and at the very least give it a chance. But let's jump into those Diamond and Pearl rumors, because this one's pretty interesting. This is a post that came up yesterday, or a couple days ago actually, regarding Diamond and Pearl Sinnoh Remakes. All right, so this post says Sinnoh Remakes releasing in 2021, which I do really believe at this point in time that there is going to be Sinnoh remakes, regardless of this post, right? This is a rumor. We don't know what the legitimacy of this is, but deep down, I do believe in Sinnoh remakes for 2021. I've talked about it. This post actually mentions it, that it is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon next month or next year, so I really do believe in that. It talks about proper remakes. It's not a Let's Go style game. I also believe that. Let's Go style games, we had Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I believe it was said in an interview that they were not working on another Let's Go style game at this point in time. While I do think that game had some charm, I do not anticipate a Let's Go Johto, even though, back to the Unite thing, we thought that we were gonna get a Let's Go Johto reveal for the Unite thing, but that only came from Ishihara's plushies, man. Like, that's where that rumor stems, so let's not even go there. Controllable camera in all areas. Now, that's a little hard to believe, I'm gonna be honest, because you can't do that right now in Sword and Shield, but it is possible. I do feel like the routes in Sinnoh are a little linear, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but it's very feasible that they could have a controllable camera and still not be open area. Like, that's very possible. And then this is something that I really think is very likely to happen. Mount Coronet Wild Area equivalent. It's gonna be better than the Wild Area in Sword and Shield DLC. So this is stating that Mount Coronet becomes the wild area essentially, much like, you know, Isle of Armor or just the wild area in Sword and Shield. And I do believe that if they do a Sinnoh remake, that they will have a wild area built into the Sinnoh region. I was thinking it was going to be the Great Marsh, but this is stating that the Great Marsh has Let's Go style catching, which again, I could also believe. I would not be surprised if they did something like that. I would just hope that we can still use a Pro Controller and kind of navigate around the shenanigans there. Underground will look and function like the Crown Tundra minigame, just with features from the Gen 4 games. We know there's going to be some sort of like exploration type of deal going on with the Crown Tundra and how those dens are going to work. Cynthia features a lot more heavily in the story. The game generally does more hand-holding than the originals, but it's not going to be any more difficult than Sword and Shield. And Sword and Shield really not that difficult in the first place, but very interesting there. This post states that Megas are returning. Game Freak and Pokemon know that Megas are great for marketing. They intend to use them for remakes and Let's Go games. Listen, I would love to see Megas return. I really would. I'm 50-50 on this, man. I could see Megas returning, but I could also see them completely scrapping them and just using them inside games like Masters and Pokemon Go right now. I think Megas are such a home run of a feature. I do have some issues with, like, how does the competitive metagame shake out if Diamond and Pearl is the main game? But I guess that, like, when I think of two games back-to-back that are cohesive, I think of X and Y and ORAS when we go back to that timeline. And those two games really interconnected with Mega Evolution, where the main game became ORAS, but it was so easy to transfer, you know, to ORAS. In this situation, you know, is Sinnoh and Diamond Pearl remakes going to be the main game? And I think of this from like a competitive perspective. Does Dynamaxing just get completely, you know, kind of squashed from the game? It is very possible, but I'm torn personally. I don't know what to expect. Like, if you said aDrive 100% Sinnoh remakes are confirmed, they're coming out next year, are there going to be Megas or Dynamax? I don't know. I want to believe Megas. I just don't know, obviously. Legendaries get primal equivalents. They activate by having Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina break their orbs to use them like consumable items. The orbs reform after battle. Again, very feasible stuff in this post, right? Where this is one of the more tangible, like realistic, like rumors that I think it does feel a little fan servicey at times, but it also, this is all stuff that is very feasible in my mind. Arceus, mythical events, and Battle Frontier locked behind DLC. I would really hope that they did not do that, but that sounds like a very Pokemon thing to do, right? In the Battle Frontier, we need a Battle Frontier back, please. Like, these battle towers and this garbage post-game content is just, I'm over it, dude. Give us a Battle Frontier. Like, am I right or am I right, aDrive Army? Like, for real, give us a Battle Frontier. Some of my best memories as a kid were playing through the Battle Frontier. Like, that's how I got into competitive back in Gen 3, I think it was, Emerald. So I really would like to see a Battle Frontier return. It looks much better than Sword and Shield in the same way that Ultra Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon improved graphically from Sun and Moon. I do think that there was some graphical improvements, and I think we saw some upgrades in the Isle of Armor that shows that Game Freak is getting a little bit more comfortable developing on the Switch. At least it seemed that way, so I would not be surprised to see some improvements there. And the way Pokemon Snap looks, and we're going to get to that shortly, it looks incredible. So it says these games have been in development for a long time, 2017. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we know that these games have a pretty significant lead time. I think Pokemon fans always just assume that, like, they work on it and it takes a year, but, like, these games have been in development for years ahead of time, and we know that. Then it goes on to talk about Pokemon Snap. It releases in 2021, not delayed. It's going to feature, I love this, regional getaway passes as DLC to take pictures in famous locations from the franchise. The Sinnoh expansion pass releases with locations like Coronet and Great Marsh. That would be incredible, and this is probably one of my favorite tidbits of, like, rumor in general is the idea of Pokemon Snap having this one. I hope Shawnee's come to Pokemon Snap, by the way, but also Pokemon Snap having this kind of robust world that you can explore and take pictures, but DLC, and I would pay for it, to allow me to go to other parts of Pokemon worlds and get different pictures of different Pokemon. That would be incredible. The post then goes on to talk about some other stuff about Let's Go, potential Johto, and things like that, but I think the real kind of meat and potatoes and the focus point here is really about the Sinnoh remakes and then Pokemon Snap 2. Some pretty interesting stuff here. Again, little fan servicey. It almost feels like it's hitting like everything that makes the most sense. That doesn't mean it's wrong, but I can totally see a lot of this stuff coming to fruition and actually being real. I sincerely hope the Pokemon Snap thing and getting to regional getaway passes, please, 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 and bring back Megas. Now, obviously, we gotta take these rumors with a grain of salt, but this one was very interesting, and I just had to share it with you guys. And I also wanted to give you guys that update on Pokemon Unite, as it's a game that I'm very interested in at this point. But again, I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic because I don't really know what to expect from it. From what I've seen so far, I'm still a little iffy, but you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know about Unite. Let me know what your thoughts are on this new Diamond and Pearl rumor, and then Pokemon Snap, baby. It's gonna be a good year nevertheless next year. I believe in the good year. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I post Pokemon videos every single day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this video, I know you're gonna love this one right here. However, you might not, and maybe you'll like this one. I don't know. I got 2 great videos for you guys. Have an awesome day. Check one of them out, and I'll see you guys next time.